Welcome in, everyone, to SBR YouTube coverage of the great game, soccer. We're talking Europa League today. We talked Champions League yesterday, all of us. We talked Tuesday and Wednesday Champions League. This video set aside to discuss Thursday Europa League coverage. I'm your host, a Big Man on Campus, joined by my great co-host, Alex from NeedForTips.com. Alex, how you doing today?
Hi, big man. I know that only the two of us like Europa League and like to bet on these matches. So I think that we are doing really good with Europa League, and we continue our Europa League coverage with some really interesting games.
The thing is, sometimes I don't like Europa League either. But we'll jump through it here. We'll go through a lot of the games. Won't go through every game just because, again, there are some games that we can't go through everyone. We'd be here for a while. But, Europa League's interesting. It's starting to get interesting. You're starting to see, kind of some of the good teams kind of make their mark here. But, Alex, why don't you say we jump into it? We'll jump into some of the main matches here first. And, again, if you're out there, we welcome you in. We urge you to hit the chat. Let us know what you're on. We'll discuss. If you have a game you want us to discuss, please let us know. Obviously, like I said, we'll discuss some of the big matches here, but we'll also kind of go off the grid. I know I have one kind of off the grid as well. So, Alex, let's sink our teeth into Europa League. What do you say? First game I have here, hey, Giorgio, Austin, Franco Polino, welcome. Austin, Bailey, welcome in all of you guys. Let's jump into it, Alex. Nice, Lazio, an interesting match here. Nice, 2.5, draw 3.2. Lazio 2.87. Nice commanding a pretty nice price here. I got to tell you, Alex, I'm kind of looking to grab maybe a Lazio win here. Lazio's in great form. They've won 4 matches in a row off that big win against Juventus. The only concern I have here, off that big win on the road, now you got to travel, maybe a bit of a letdown. You got to go to France and play. But again, they should be resurgent, ready to go here. I think the over looks pretty good in this game at 1.95. I think we should see goals here. Nice has been able to score 11 goals in their last 4 home matches. Both sides have capability here. Ciro Immobile, we know, best player on the pitch. I think we see some goals here. And I kind of want to take a punt, to be honest, on Lazio on the over 2.5 at 4.33. What are your thoughts on this game, Alex?
Yeah, it should be an over match indeed. I wrote an article over to Bookmakers Review, our sister site, and this is my take also for this match. One of the most interesting matches in Europa League on Thursday. Exactly like you said, I don't understand the price for Lazio at 3 right now, so I will stick a little stake on Lazio to win the match. But my top tip remains over 2.5 goals. Nice are a great scoring team, but they are coming after 2 lost games in Ligue 1. And Lazio, as you said, they stopped Juventus 41 games unbeaten home run, beating them last weekend, being the second win over Juventus, also in the Italian Super Cup at the beginning of the season, if you remember. Ciro Immobile, exactly like you said, one of the top strikers in Europe at this hour. He should be able to help his team win, or at least he should be able to help us cover the over 2.5 goals in the match.
Yeah, and Dale's mentioning about resting players. I mean, you also remember, Lazio coming home this weekend to face Cagliari, not exactly a tough side there. Yeah. I can't foresee them resting players. I mean, at this stage, you have a good side here you're facing. Again, I hear what you're saying, but they don't come across to me as a team that would do that. And even if they do, I still think they're a pretty good side. I think they care. But that's the point. I mean, the thinking pattern is, do these teams care? And that's a good point by you guys. Is Lazio is their mindset, hey, let's go and try to win the Europa League when we're, 3rd in Serie A, we're playing well. But the truth of the matter is, as far as all the, look at the top 7, let's say, in Serie A, Lazio's had a problem with giving goals up. I mean, they've given up the most goals in the top 7, basically. I think they're going to give goals up here. I kind of want to grab both teams to score, to be truthful with you. I think that might be.
Listen, big man. This is why we are not playing the winners market. I understand
Right.
exactly the point, the Dale for and the Giorgio point of view,
Sure.
but this is why we are skipping the winners market. We don't give. We are not interested about winning the match. We are interested about at least 3 goals in the match. And I think that with all the players coming from the bench, Nice and Lazio can even cover the over 3.5 on the Asian handicap if you
Sure.
ask me.
Sure. I mean, and that's the great thing about overs. I don't care if Nice wins 3-0 here, as long as it gets up and over that 2.5. And, look, I mean, Lazio has many good players. Romelu Lukaku's brother plays in Lazio. Jordan Lukaku, good defender. But yeah, if they do rest people, that's fine. But I still think at some point we'll see Ciro Immobile. It doesn't matter much in the winners market, and that's why maybe they're priced at this amount because they may rest people. But overall, as long as it gets up and over the 2.5, I don't mind too much. I actually kind of want to just take both teams to score. I think that's a really good play here, but. This one should be interesting. Andrew G likes saying the word Lazio. Lazio, yes. There are a lot of
Lazio.
good ones. Yeah, that's a good point, Franco. If you're qualified, your objective is to win. You want to win a trophy. Europa League's a great tournament. And hey, don't you want to get into the Champions League? Win it, and you're getting in.
If you are Mourinho and you want to win Europa League and qualify from there to Champions League, yeah, that's a thought. But
Right.
but I
Because
think that
honestly, Alex, let me ask
I
you something.
think yeah. Before that, I'm sure that Lazio and Nice will both qualify further from Europa League because they don't have against whom to play in their league. But answer your phone. Maybe something important is
No,
happening.
it's my apologies. I should have turned the ringer off. That's
No worries.
my problem.
They are playing against Vitesse and Varegem. Come on, they should qualify. Nice and Lazio doesn't matter from what place they will qualify further.
I
You
mean, I
know,
also have to tell you, I don't. I mean, can Lazio win Serie A? Sure, they can, but I don't think they will. I think Juventus is better than they are. Inter's better than they are. Napoli's better than they are. Milan is very good. I mean, Roma's good. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, worrying about making. I mean, this could be your best option. They may have the best team. I mean, this is where you have to go and attack. I think early here, they're in there. You're getting qualified. You got to go and try to win this.
but I think that you said something really clever. Against whom they are playing next match in Italy in Serie A? Against Cagliari.
Cagliari. Cagliari.
Okay, come on. They should force a win here and stop with Europa League after. After that, they could concentrate on more important matches in Serie A. Now, right now,
Shit, if
if
you're
they
going to
win the
rest
three
people,
points, if they win the 3 points now, they're qualified. Come on.
I mean, if you're going to rest people, rest them against Cagliari. Cagliari.
Exactly.
Next one. This is an interesting one. Arsenal heading to Serbia to play Red Star Belgrade, one of my teams that I bet on here. Red Star Belgrade, Alex, is a very good home side. Really tough atmosphere there in Serbia. And I got to tell you, I have no confidence that the Gunners, who have been terrible on the road, this is a tough trip. I mean, off that loss to Watford, they read the papers and they see what goes on. I just don't think Arsenal's very good. I've said it many times. I'm going to say it again. Until they get rid of Arsene Wenger, they will not win anything. You talk about a team that needs to win. Arsenal needs to look to try to win the Europa League. They're a team, I don't think they care much about it. I feel like that's been a general normality with them. They don't care much about the Europa League, but I think they better concentrate on it because they're not going to make top four. So they better try to start concentrating here. And I think at this price, it's hard for me to get involved with Arsenal. I have a lot of confidence that at home, Red Star Belgrade is worth it. I saw Red Star Belgrade play in their last match. They were really good. They're good defensive side. They're just going to try to nick a goal in the break and defend. Again, Alexis Sanchez, all those guys, really good. And this should be where they just impose their will. But I don't know how many times we've talked about them imposing their will and they just don't. I'm not interested in Arsenal here. I'm not interested in anything involving them right now. They're just a mess. What are your thoughts here, Alex?
So they have big injury problems. Cazorla, Chambers, Mustafi, Welbeck, Koscielny, a lot of players,
Alexis, I
and
mean,
they will might.
what's his status?
I don't know. muscle injury. Probably he will not play in this match. Anyway, I know that they will surely play Jack Wilshere and Olivier Giroud.
I would
Your
hope.
friend, your friend Jack Wilshere. Yes,
He's so
just
wasted there. It's amazing. He's so wasted.
Ozil is leaving, like Giorgio said. I tweeted about yesterday about it. They are searching for a buyer for Mesut Ozil. He seems like he's tired without not playing a lot of matches. He seems
He's
like
such a
he's
waste.
really
I mean,
tired.
Christ.
Exactly. And as you specified, the Red Star Belgrade, I remember you took them last round away in FC Köln and they won 1-0. What a great tip that was. Yeah, 1.77, 1.8 for Arsenal is not such a huge price. I will not get involved with that, but I think that we can see goals again also in this one. So at least 3 goals in the match at 1.8 looks reasonable from my point of view.
Yeah, the question here for me is, can Red Star Belgrade score? And
Yes,
I think they can. But
absolutely.
I gotta tell you, Alex, I kind of like the other way. I kind of like the under in this game. I think Arsenal, with their young players, will be somewhat tentative. It's a tough atmosphere. Red Star Belgrade, I've watched. I bet on them. They're a tough defensive side. They're going to defend, try to not give up a goal for as long as possible, try to hit you on the counter. But this is staring you in the face. It looks too easy here for that punter that doesn't know much about Europa League and says, well, Arsenal's off a loss. I mean, they're just a better team than Red Star Belgrade. And they don't know that Red Star Belgrade's a really good home atmosphere. They're really tough there. They're a
But
good defensive side.
this is how the bookies are doing the profit from the 90% of the the punters that are betting on matches like that, and they will play Arsenal to win at 1.77 because they say we're talking about Arsenal. Well, come on, you didn't show Arsenal this term in their domestic league and in okay, let's say that in Europa League uh, they started to look somehow, but in their domestic league they came from a humiliating defeat at Watford, 2-1, and Watford. We will talk tomorrow at the Premier League Panthers because they're traveling to play Chelsea next weekend. Another crazy team.
Right. But yeah, as far as this game, I will mention this. I'm going to be playing Red Star Belgrade +1 on the Asian handicap in a double. I'm going to play that in a double. The other side I'll unveil at the end of the show when we do our doubles. But I want to believe in Cervena Zavida here, Red Star Belgrade. That's Serbian, Alex, for Red Star.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay, but I also agree with Dale Ford that he feels that the youngsters with Giroud, Walcott, Wilshere, and Neni will get the job done. I'm not saying that Arsenal will not win this one, but at that price, you will get involved. It worth the risk
it,
to bet on Arsenal? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, and it scares you. I mean, it does. I mean, Iwobi is another young player that will be in there, but this has the makings of one of those games where Arsenal. I mean, remember when they played against Cologne? I mean, they really struggled in that game against Cologne. I
Yeah,
mean,
and Cologne is like how I
we,
say we are talking about
they're a
no
bottom
upper
feeder. They're
exactly.
horrible. We have to remember, we have to get to the point with Arsenal that we need to stop looking at what they did 15 years ago. This is not the same team. They're not very good. That's the truth of the matter. They are a middling EPL team. They're not a really good team. They're not a good team. They're an average soccer team. That's what they are right now. I mean,
Do
how
you
many
think?
years are we going to do this where they fail and we continue to say, well, we got to keep, we got to keep respecting Arsenal. No, we don't. We don't have to respect Arsenal.
Absolutely, till they will start to change something from a coach to starting 11 and to bring new players and to invest some, to take something out from their pockets because they are doing so much money with the TV rights in England and all the other stuff, and they're buying nothing, What
I mean,
did they?
Huddersfield spent more
Lacazette,
than they did.
Lacazette,
Huddersfield.
and you are not playing Lacazette. You bought him, but you are not playing him. Crazy.
It's amazing. I love how he does that. And I said it yesterday. He does it every game, every match. He pulls Lacazette in the 65th minute. It's like, hey, dude, at the end of games, there's a reason Romelu Lukaku scores goals. A lot of them are at the end of the game. It's
Yeah.
when Huddersfield spends more money than you have a problem. I mean,
Come on, we are making them so important because we are talking so much about them. So
well, they're an interesting caveat, but overall, I'm going to look to grab +1 here in Red Star, maybe put in a double here. We'll get back to this one a little bit later. Let's look at a couple others. I don't know how much we'll have an opinion on. Everton, we've talked about, Alex. I'm really low on this group right now. I've mentioned I'm not betting them anymore. I'm done with them. It seems like they play every match at home, and they play every match at home and either draw or lose to a subset side. I mean, you drew against Brighton. You drew against Apollon, Limassol. I mean, Lyon's a pretty good side. I mean, I saw Lyon really take it to Monaco over the weekend. That was an impressive game for the boys on Friday. That was, I mean, they gave up some goals, waited till late, but they got it done. I can't not bet Lyon in this spot, Alex. I mean, draw no bet looks really good here.
Wonderful, wonderful. And given the fact that Everton are playing Arsenal in the weekend, an important match, I don't think that they care a lot about the Europa League. As you mentioned, drawing with Apollon home and losing 3-0 away at Atalanta with such a poor performance. I saw the match, incredible performance. Lyon is the type of team that will go all or nothing. They will come strong in the match with putting pressure on each and every opponent that they are playing. Okay, that win against Monaco are not the same team from last year, but that doesn't mean that Lyon is a poor team and they made a big surprise. No, Lyon are a decent team. They are a dangerous team. Doesn't matter where they're playing, home or away. And I think that your draw no bet option looks incredible. The odds for them for draw no bet right now are at 1.98, but you can also take them with plus 0.25 on the Asian handicap at 1.7. So you cover
Yeah,
yourself a little bit.
this Lyon team, I mean, Mariano, really good player, and they have a kid, Nabil Fekir.
Nabil Fekir, yeah.
He was fantastic against Monaco. What a goal to win that one in the 95th minute. He had a goal in the 23rd as well. It's Everton team. I mean, the morale is just low with this group right now. Their coach needs to get sacked. They're just a poor side. They have no striker either. They can't score goals.
If you want to bet after you see the lineups and you see Rooney with what's his name, the new transfer from Everton, Sigurdsson. If you see them in the action, I think that we can also see over 2.5 goals at 1.8 because Lyon are a poor defensive side. They are a huge attacking side. They have really good attacking firepower, but in their defense they lack big time. So I think that if you see the lineups and you can see free in front for Everton, because Dale is saying that he thinks that they will play their strongest team. If they do play their strongest team, I think that easily we can see 3 goals in the match.
Yeah, and Everton struggled. Interestingly enough, they've had a lot of injuries. Michael Keane and others in there. Hey Shane, how you doing? They've struggled defending. They really have, and it's interesting because they've not only struggled in the Premier League defending, but you mentioned they gave up 3 to Atalanta. They gave up 2 to. I mean, you give up 2 goals to Apollon Limassol at home. I mean, come on. I mean, I was really someone coming into the season where I thought Everton was one of the better defensive teams.
You said at the beginning.
Yeah, and they just had injuries and just Ashley Wood. It's just not been cohesive. And Koeman's on his way out. I think he gets sacked soon. I mean, listen, when your striker is Wayne Rooney at this time in his career, look, Rooney's had a great career. I'm not going to discount that, but you look at off the field. Since the off the field issue happened, he has not been the same guy. I think he's clearly lost a step. You gave away Lukaku and got all these players, but they're not playing well, and now you don't have a striker. So, yeah, I have trouble backing them here.
Wayne Rooney was not at the top of his performance either last year when he didn't make the starting 11. Yeah,
he's lost a step. I really like Lyon here at 1.9. I'm gonna definitely include them here in my picks. Let's move on. A couple more here. Alex, I want to turn your attention to a game. I've had a good read on this Skenderbeo team, the Albanian side. This is an interesting match here. And there's a lot of interesting things off the field that I want to make everyone aware of. Skenderbeo is an Albanian side. Partizan Belgrade is a Serbian side. Many people know the issues for Albanians and Serbians. They don't like each other. We don't like Serbians. They don't like us. And if you remember back to Euro qualifying back in 2015, do you remember what happened in that game in Belgrade, Alex? Against
Yes, I
the two
remember.
national teams?
Yes, the national
This
team.
is really interesting that these two teams are playing together and playing against each other. I'm trying to find out some information on what the crowd control is going to be like in this game, because this one is going to get rowdy. I'm going to make that clear. I'm looking at a cards market here. I'm looking at a corners market here. This is going to get interesting, I have a feeling. And they haven't put much out. I got to watch the news out of Albania tonight and see kind of what the thought process is here in this game. But Alex, you can't go into this game, I think, from a perspective of we're just going to let both teams' fans come in and do what they want to do, because this is going to get ugly if they do that.
Also, I don't think that they will let the visitors enter the stadium.
I
think
wouldn't
that
imagine either.
yes, because it will be a big mess, and if that happens, we might see also red cards in the game, because the pressure from the crowd, it will transmit also to the players on the pitch. So always it will exist some tension. Doesn't matter that the player comes from Brazil, but he will play to a Serbian side playing an Albanian side away. So I think that we should take a look at the red card market also. One red card in the game at least. I think that is priced really good at around 3 right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And, this is bigger than soccer for these two teams. I mean, they hate each other. It's just how it is. And like I said, I'm going to watch the Albanian news and see, but I want to make Dale's point. I want to discuss that. Skenderbeo plays in Skenderbeo Arena in Korça. That arena is too small to host Europa League games, so they actually play in Elbasan, which is up north. So, again, they're going to be playing in a different stadium, but that's normal for Skenderbeo when they play the Europa League games. When they play their national country games, they play in Korça, but and they're far away. Korça and Elbasan are far away.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, big man, because I think that when you are, doesn't matter with whom what supporter you are. When it comes
right, you're going to root for them. Sure,
exactly, you're going to root for them, and if once more, if a team from Serbia is coming, you're going to root double for them,
Yeah, it's going to get interesting here, I got the feeling. And that's why I'm going to attack the card market, the red card, the corners market. I will point this out. I like the under in this game. I mean, there's it's down to 1.61, which, maybe a draw under 2.5 looks decent here, but that might be another accumulator bet I'll throw in, under 2.5 in Skenderbeo Partizan. This could be a real cagey match, but it's going to get interesting. This is a game that will have implications.
Once again, guys, if you have a match that you want us to discuss about, we are looking at some matches, but also we would like your opinion in a match or two. So next on the list, big man, continue.
Yeah, another interesting side. And it might not be a big game, but it's interesting with the way this team has played at home in this competition. Vardar Skopje out of Macedonia, they're hosting a pretty good Real Sociedad team. I don't know if you've noticed in this competition, but they played pretty well at home, Vardar here. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, but they are coming after a 0-5 defeat against Zenit at home last match. So this match is yes.
I must have missed that. It's not on my schedule here for some reason.
5-0 for Zenit St. Petersburg.
Throw that out.
It's a pass for me. I better look at Bate Borisov to beat Köln at home. Such an incredible price at evens right now. Bate Borisov, really good Belarus team. from Belarus, and
Yeah,
I think that they have the first chance against dreadful Kel, and they played really well against Arsenal, if you remember, Bate Borisov on their turf.
they did,
They
and
were
it was on
they
their
were
turf.
unlucky. Yeah,
No, you're totally right. Cologne is awful. I mean, they're really, really poor. I mean, they're the worst team in the Bundesliga right now. They're giving up a major amount of goals. I mean, it's
yeah.
bad. And this is not a good spot for Cologne. I mean, not at all. I'm fading them. I faded them in this competition a couple times. It was interesting. The first game they played against Arsenal, I actually bet them at +1.5. They took a 1-0 lead and lost 3-1.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
bet
Exactly.
against them. They've given up 17 goals in the Bundesliga, a group that doesn't score a ton of goals overall. I agree with you. I think Bate Borisov out of Belarus is a really good play in this game. Did you guys discuss Nice Lazio? Yeah, we like the over in that game. Let's go through a couple.
Hoffenheim, Giorgio says Hoffenheim, Başak Shehir over 2.5 and both team to score. Uh,
I like
yeah,
Hoffenheim in that match.
yeah, I like Hoffenheim also in that match, but I will better pass because I'm not so sure about match. I'm more sure about Athletic Bilbao traveling to Ostersund. Ostersund first place in the standings in their group. Athletic Bilbao last place in the standings. Athletic Bilbao with no goal scored in the first two matches. But what I think that they will bounce back in this one and win away at Ostersund. And I think that they are priced really good right now at a beautiful 1.83 with Bet365 to win away at Ostersund.
You don't trust Ostersunds
No, no, I don't trust them.
out of Sweden?
Uh,
Ostersund out
no.
of
Atalanta money line. Atalanta money line.
Yeah, they should crush Apollon. Apollon blows. They should do what Arsh or Everton couldn't do. Uh, yeah, I mean that's a good money line's a good. Yeah, and the over 2.5. Yeah, I think they crush Apollon at home. Atalanta is a good side, good Italy Italian side.
Most
I
of
agree
all,
with you. I agree with them on that.
really good home side,
Yeah,
Atalanta. Yeah, really
1.83.
good. Hmm.
I might look at a correct score mark in that one, 3-0 maybe. Maybe throw a punt in on that. A team that I'm staying away from after their little stunt they pulled in the last match. I'm done with FC Astana as well. I backed them at home. I thought it was a great spot for them, and they shit my hat in that match against what was it Slavia Prague possibly.
It was against Villarreal. No, it was against Slavia Praga. Yeah,
Yeah,
1-1 draw.
I mean, this week they're hosting Israeli Maccabi Tel Aviv, which Tel Aviv really a tough travel up to Kazakhstan here. Astana really looks good on paper. They always look good on paper at home, but I'm a little snake bitten with Astana right now. There's really no value in anything but the straight win here. I want to take it, but they've let me down so many times, Astana.
Yeah, it's a wait, but be careful of the stake on that one. Be
Yeah,
careful
no,
of the
I'm
stake.
not going to go crazy. I actually agree with Dale Fort Plizen here. I like as well against Lugan, though.
Lugano, yeah, they are playing against in the group with Steaua from Bucharest. With
Lugano sucks.
Yeah, Steaua turned them from 1-0 down to win 2-1 on the road. So Plizen have the first chance to win this away match. But another interesting match that Abdul mentioned, Braga versus Ludogorets Razgrad. Braga are doing a really good job in the Portuguese league right now. They won against Estoril 6-0, and against Tondela 2-1 on the road. They won home against Basak Sekir 2-1. I was expecting Basak Sekir to take at least 1 point from this away match. Both Braga and Ludogorets are first and second place. I think that we can see both teams to score easily in this one at 1.87. I really love the Bulgarian side. They are full of Brazilians also. They really have great wings and a Romanian striker that he's the top striker in Bulgaria and a really impressive striker from my point of view. So yeah, both teams to score sounds really good.
Yeah, one other thing back to Lugano really quick. This Lugano team is in dreadful form right now. Last four matches, they've been outscored 12-1 off of a 4-0 loss to Basel. Before that, they lost 3-0 to Zurich. They're a fade city right now for me. Plizen is actually one of my bankers. That's a banker for me. I really like where your head's at in that game, Dale 04. Good call on that one. That was one I wanted to get to here. Alex, we'll look to wrap it up here. Maybe give out
Yeah,
some.
one thing
Yeah.
more about my team, the team that I support from Romania. FCSB is the name if you look at it, but right now they are called Steaua Bucharest. They were always called Steaua Bucharest. They are playing away at Hapoel Beersheva. If you remember in the beginning when we started the Europa League coverage, I said to you that Hapoel Beersheva will be one of the surprises of the season. Well, they lost 3-1 away at Pleasant, but I was kind of expecting that, to tell you the truth. But I think that both teams can score in this one, and the price looks incredible at 1.91 with the Bet365. Steaua has incredible talents in the field right now. Some great youngsters, but Hapoel Beersheva playing on their turf are always a tough team. So 1.91 for both teams to score in that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of matches I like in this on this card. It's when you really kind of peel back the onion and sit down and cap them, there's a lot of value. I mean, one other one. I mean, Young Boys are on the road at Dynamo Kiev. I love that spot for Kiev. They're always a great team to back at home. I'm not a fan of Young Boys on the road. They always struggle away from their home stadium, and Kiev's a good home team, good Ukrainian home team. And at
Mhm.
1.66, it's a little low, so I'm going to keep it off my card. But yeah, there's some real value in this card. I mean, overall, a lot of good matches. I like your both teams to score with Steaua Bucharest and Hapoel Beersheva. Let's get to some bankers here. I'm actually going to throw out two bankers, Alex. I can do that this week, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to go Pleasant at 1.95 to beat. Lugano, and I'm going to go. I'm going to agree with you. I really like Bate Borisov on the road, 2.7 straight win against Cologne. I don't
Home,
understand this price at all.
home, not on the road.
That's what I mean. Home. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't understand this price at all. Banker or Acker, I'm going to go. Now I got three teams here. I'm going to go Lyon, draw no bet against Everton. I'm going to go Red Star Belgrade +1, and I'm going to go Hoffenheim straight win against Istanbul Besiktas.
Başak Şehir.
Whatever.
Yeah,
By the way, Istanbul Besiktas, tough side. I'm not ever interested in Turkey teams on the road most of the time. I like them at home. Not a big fan of them traveling.
yeah, by direct sports, we are not talking Champions League right now, but they are starting in 10 minutes. I don't know what to say about Liverpool first half money line, but they should do it. They should be able to do it. But we said that it will be a really tough match for Liverpool yesterday. Abdul, we don't have an opinion about AC Milan versus Ajax because AC Milan failed to impress over the last 2-3 matches in Serie A.
Yeah, no
So
value.
yeah, no value for them. My bankers, I have also 2 free bankers. But Bate Borisov with draw no bet option at 1.95. I'm a little bit more conservative. Big man is taking the big value. Like always, I have Nice versus Lazio over 2.5 goals at 1.95. And I have Hapoel Beersheva versus FCSB, both teams to score at 1.91. And for a double, I will go with Red Star Belgrade Arsenal over 2.5 goals. And I'm going with Bilbao to win on the road in Sweden at Östersund at 1.8. So that's all for today.
Yeah, I like I said, really like this card. I'm looking forward to Europa League football here on Thursday. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't bet Cork City anymore. I once they got rid of Shawnee Maguire, I got off them. They haven't been on my card for a while. But as far as today's matches, feel free to look at our Tuesday video. But again, Alex, we're about 10 minutes away.
Yes.
I know Alex likes Shakhtar Donetsk. I actually have to agree with him there. He mentioned some of their Brazilian players, which is a great point. I agree with you on Shakhtar. For me, I'm looking at Man City, Napoli, both teams to score in the over 2.5. I also bet Besiktas, Monaco, both teams to score in the over 2.5. I think Radamel Falcao back for Monaco helps. Besiktas should be able to get on the board as well. As far as the Maribor Liverpool game, I mentioned I like the plus goal market there. I think Maribor hangs in that game. Good home side, should be a good atmosphere. Liverpool first half money line. Okay, I mean I don't know what the price you're laying on that. That's tough, but as far as this, I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to Champions League. I'm looking forward
Yeah,
to
it should.
Europa. We'll be back tomorrow. Premier League punters. We'll be on at 2 o'clock Eastern, a little bit earlier than normal, just so we get you out in the way of the Champions League. So join Flash, myself, and Alex tomorrow, 2 o'clock Eastern, here at SBR Forum. Hit the like button, comment, let us know you're out there. We appreciate all of you for listening. Alex, thanks for joining us. It'll be a fun Europa League. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye bye.